It's your boy, and we're back with another Master Duel video. Today I figured we'd make another budget-friendly deck. Today we're going to showcase Floowandereeze. This is a great option if you're on a budget and you want a new deck, like the last episode we made with Zodiacs. This deck, very cheap. And honestly, if you really want to, you can literally not even play a single ultra rare in the deck. Straight up. The deck is very good. Is it as strong as it used to be? No. It has received hits on the ban list before, and it does struggle against a lot of the top meta contenders these days, but it's still a really good deck. It doesn't care about Max C or anything like that. And the deck we were talking about is Floowandereeze, the birds. So let's go ahead and show off the deck we got right now. This is the deck that I have set up for it, but it doesn't have to look exactly like this. What cards do you need? You need all your level 1 birds, your Robinas, your Egglins, your Strees, and your Tokens, or Toucans. The deck suffers from inconsistency, truthfully, but it's still a really strong deck. The goal of the deck is to summon your boy, the Penguin, the Impen. The deck, what it does is it banishes your little birds and then tribute summons your Impen. It's all about normal summons. It doesn't do really any special summoning. It's about playing on your opponent's turn as well. You can be tributing monsters on your opponent's turn. The deck is really fun, honestly. It was very toxic back in the day, truthfully, when it first came out, but they've neutered it a decent bit. And what I mean by that is that our field spell is at 1. Dimension Shifter is now at 1, which was a card that you could use pretty efficiently in the deck. You can banish any card sent to the graveyard for 2 turns with Dimension Shifter. And Floowandereeze doesn't really care about that. The birds already get banished, so you're going to be free to use this. It's only really going to hurt your opponent. You don't have to play this card, but this card goes very well with the deck. Like I said, you don't have to really craft any ultra rares, even though we are looking at a few ultra rares here. Some of the ultra rares that we're looking at that are different than what we would normally play is Dimension Shifter, Mist Valley Apex Avian, Gold Sarcophagus, and Floowandereeze and the Advent of Adventure. You do not need any of these ultra rares to play the deck. What I would recommend is that you definitely play Pot of Duality. You definitely play Pot of Extravagance. One of the best things about the deck is that you're constantly getting your birds back. So when one of your birds is banished, you get to add them back to your hand whenever you normal summon. I believe it's a winged beast. Let's go ahead and check this real quick. If a winged beast monster is normal summoned to your field while this card is banished, you can add this card to your hand. Very good. When you've got the combo, you're going to be able to keep playing it over and over again. The deck is extremely good in the grind game. Some weaknesses to the deck. The deck is very weak to an Ash Blossom. The deck is very weak to, of course, hand traps like Imperm and whatnot. You hand trap this deck, and a lot of times it's just going to die. But there are ways you can play around it. The field spell, that's limited to 1, helps you get another normal summon. And how this deck works is that as long as you can get your little bird's effect to go off, it will allow you to immediately normal summon right after the resolution of the effect. So Robina will search any of your other little birds. Eaglin will search a big bird. And it's not just the Floowandereeze monsters that Eaglin can search. It can search any level 7 or higher winged beast monster from your deck to your hand. So that's why we're playing Ryza, the Mega Monarch. Ryza is your removal. It's also your recursion. You can shuffle back some of your graveyard and add it back on top of your deck so you can continue playing with cards that aren't just Floowandereeze. Now you'll see that we play one copy of DD Crow. Why is that? Because Robina can actually search it. Robina isn't limited to searching just Floowandereeze monsters. You can add one level 4 or lower winged beast monster from your deck to your hand. And that's quite a few cards, honestly. That's quite a few cards. So you can just search a DD Crow. So DD Crow is actually not bad in this deck at all. Not bad. The Trap card is what's going to mainly allow you to play on your opponent's turn. When Impen is summoned, you get to search any Floowandereeze spell or trap. So typically, you are searching the Trap card. Then on your opponent's turn, you're going to be able to immediately flip it up, normal summon possibly your Robina, search whatever, summon your Eaglin, search whatever, and then tribute off for something else. The deck is really fun. Not fun for your opponent though, a lot of times, if it starts going well. Some things that you can play other than these ultra rares. So, what I would recommend is actually, give me a sec. Whoa, they have changed the bookmarks a lot, and it is not ordered anymore, which is crazy. But Book of Moon at 3 is pretty nice. If they go to Infinite Impermanence or Effect Veiler your bird, you can Book of Moon your own bird. The effect will still resolve, and then you can continue doing your plays. Granted, since they're face down, they will go to the graveyard instead of getting banished, so you will have to do a little bit of finagling to get it back into your hand, but you can do that pretty easily. You can do that through Stree by banishing any card in either graveyard, so you can banish your own cards. Toucan grabs a Floowandereeze card, so it could be your trap, right? So if you want to recycle your trap, you banish it with Stree, and then you add it back with Toucan. So really, really cool deck. The continuous spell here, it allows you to shuffle back some names into your deck and then draw. As well, it can allow you to use your opponent's cards, not just monsters, to tribute for your tribute summons. So really, really cool card. Sometimes that comes up really strong, can help the consistency. But if you don't want to play the ultra rare Advent of Adventure, what else can you play here? And let's see if we can find. We'll type in add level 1, and then we will go to spell cards, because I can't remember the name of it. Should be pretty low. Jack in the Hand is another card that you can add. Now, the caveat with this is that your opponent is choosing what you are searching to your hand. With Jack in the Hand, you activate it, and then you search 2 of your birds, 2 of your level 1s. Or no, three. Your opponent chooses one, and you add the other. Then the third goes into the deck. So typically, if you're revealing Rabina, they're going to add Rabina to your hand, to their hand, so you don't get it. But it's still a card that helps you get to a bird, and that can help with a lot of hands. I really recommend this deck because, as you can see, as it stands right now, there is no ultra rares in the main deck other than staples. And I would consider Dimension Shifter also a staple. If you don't have Dimension Shifter, you don't have to craft it. It would help in the deck 100%, but it is a one-of. You know, one-ofs you're not seeing very often. It's not going to make a huge amount of impact in the deck if you don't play it. But we're going to go ahead and get into an example game to show off what the deck can do. We'll see if we can't get a decent hand here. Alright, first try. So, typically how you want to do this is you want to have Rabina. You normal summon Rabina, and you add the Eglin. And then you will immediately have to normal summon again. We will use Eglin's effect, and we will search the end pin. And then we will immediately have to normal summon again, and tribute off both the little birds for a big bird. And then you can chain block your end pin by adding both your Eglin and your Rabina back to hand. So we'll go ahead and add those back real quick, so we can immediately do it again. And then we'll get the trap. And you can go ahead and normal summon again. So if you have more birds, you can do that. You can keep tributing. If you've got another tribute monster in your hand, keep in mind, all of your birds are once per turn. So you can't you say yes to this and then normal summon a Rabina and search out another bird. You also won't get the normal summon effect from any of your birds unless their additional effect happens as well. So if we don't get the search, like we've already used the search with Rabina, we're not going to be asked, we're not going to get the prompt to normal summon again. So keep that in mind. So we'll go ahead and set our trap, our Floowandereeze in the Dreaming Town. And this trap is extremely good, because whenever you tribute a winged beast monster, let's go ahead and read it. If you tribute summon a level 7 or higher monster while this card is in your graveyard, you can banish this card and change all monsters your opponent controls to face down defense position. So it's like a Book of Eclipse as well. Really, really nice. Really nice. So we'll go ahead and show that off right now. So we'll go ahead and flip up the trap. And what makes M-Pen really strong is that this card, let's see. While this tribute summon card is in the monster zone, your opponent cannot activate the effects of special summon monsters they control in attack position. Well, you just summon something in defense, right? What M-Pen's really good at is, and we'll grab Stree here, since we already have Eglin, is shutting down link monsters. You know what monsters can't go into defense? Link monsters. You know what monsters have to be special summoned as well? Link monsters. M-Pen shuts down all link monsters, and it's really nice. And then you can banish, let's see, where is it? Once per battle during the damage calculation, if this card battles an opponent's monster, quick effect, you can banish one card from your hand The opponent's monster's current attack and defense become halved until the end of this turn. So it's pretty hard to run over Eaglin. Or Impen, I should say. Or Penguin. So we're going to have 4 different effects happen here. We're going to search with Impen. We're going to banish with our trap. And we're going to add Eaglin and Rubina right back to hand so we can keep doing it again. This deck is very hard to beat in the grind game. Once it gets going, very hard to beat. Your opponent honestly kind of has to be able to play through your board and then OTK you. Otherwise, you're just going to keep setting up over and over and over again. And we'll go ahead and grab the map here. The field spell. We will say no to normal summoning. And you'll see that we banished the trap card after we summoned Impen, and we flipped their board face down. So not only are you getting a tribute summon for additional effects, but the trap card's also an interruption, which is fantastic. In this position, we would normally be summoning Mist Valley Apex Avian right here. This is an Omni Negate, and it negates any card effect by bouncing itself back to the hand, which is really nice because we get to just keep summoning it over and over and over again. But that's pretty much the deck. That's pretty much the deck. I would play 2 Impen. 2 Impen. You could even play 3 if you want, but 2 Impen is what you need, especially since it was limited to 1 for the longest time. And a couple months back, we got Impen back to 3. So it's really nice that we can play multiple Impen now. We don't have to figure out a way to get it back all the time. And look at how many cards we have in hand. We searched a lot of these cards. We searched 3 of these cards over the course of 2 turns. That's really, really nice. But that's essentially the deck, guys. It's very simple. It's very simple. What do you play in the extra deck? You don't have to play anything. You don't have to play anything. Let's look at what we have in the extra deck here. I have in my Impen deck essentially a Phantom Knight extra deck, right? In case I'm playing against like Kashtira or something, and they look at our extra deck, they're like, oh, they're on Phantom Knights, I must have to play like this, right? Nah, we don't need an extra deck, baby. So we put whatever in there. You don't have to do this, but it's kind of just that extra little mind game that you can put on top of it. Really, there's only 3 cards that even matter. A level 1 or rank 1 XCs that you can go into so you can help make Zeus. Something that's easy to attack with. Fuko, I believe is how you call it. Is a pretty decent XCs to choose for this. I don't know what's the most optimal, but this is the one that I choose to play. And you also want Downward Magician and Divine Arsenal AA Zeus. Essentially, you just want a little Zeus line that may or may not come up. It may or may not come up. Very, very seldom do I ever play Zeus in this deck, but it could come up. It could come up, and when you've got an absorbent amount of level 1 birds in your hand, I mean, hey, sometimes you can just go for it and still have plenty more left to do. That's going to be about it, guys. That's going to be about it. This is a very, very cheap deck. You honestly don't have to spend a single UR dust on the deck. The deck is that cheap. But if you want to, you can. Some ultra rares to help boost the deck is, of course, Floowandereeze and the Advent of Adventure. This will add a Floowandereeze monster or the field spell. This helps make the field spell a bit more consistent. Since it's limited to 1, this card's really good. This card's really good. Gold Sarcophagus. pretty dang good card, honestly. You can banish one of your birds, and keep in mind, whenever you normal summon one of your birds, you'll get to add that banished bird back to your hand. So if you've got some gold sarcophaguses laying around, this is a great choice, And you don't just have to limit yourself to these winged beasts. You can put like any level 7 or higher winged beast to tribute for. I was on stream the other night having some fun duels with the stream. We were in a duel room just having some cool, fun, casual duels. And one of my guys, they were playing Floowandereeze. I saw him summon Dark Simorg and like this other, I don't even remember what it's called. I wish I could remember the archetype of it. But he was playing quite a number of different types of tribute summons that he could go for. It was really cool to see, so you don't have to just limit yourself to these. But I would highly, highly, highly recommend you play 1 Ryza. You can play 2 Impen. Then everything else is kind of up to you. But that's going to be it for the video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you guys leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And we'll be back with more Master Duel content on Friday. Make sure you guys tune in to the Master Duel streams every Sunday. We play some Sunday Night Yu-Gi-Oh! I streamed Master Duel on Mondays, or on Monday and Tuesday this week. But you know, that was a little bit out of the ordinary. Keep an eye on my posts. I will update you guys on what I'm streaming that night. I've been trying to stream every night, so it'd be really great to see you guys come to the stream, but if you don't, it's okay. I just appreciate you guys being here. That's gonna be it, guys. Later.